Welcome to Finance Audiobook Summary, your trusted platform to learn, grow, and achieve financial freedom. Today, we bring you the powerful wisdom of Compounding Ka Jadu, a book that can truly change the way you look at money, time, and wealth creation. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel Finance Audiobook Summary so that you never miss out on life-changing financial lessons. And yes, your thoughts matter, so do leave a comment at the end to share what you learned from this summary. In this audiobook summary, we are going to explore 7 powerful chapters that reveal the magic of compounding, step by step. Each chapter is filled with timeless lessons and practical wisdom. So, I encourage you to stay tuned till the very end, because every chapter builds on the previous one, and together they will give you the complete picture of how compounding can transform your financial journey. So, let's begin this exciting journey of wealth, patience, and financial success, with Chapter 1, The Power of Compounding. Chapter 1. The Power of Compounding. Chapter 1 is called The Power of Compounding, and trust me, this is where the real magic begins. Imagine planting a tiny seed in the soil. On day 1, it looks almost meaningless, just a small seed. But with care, water, sunlight, and most importantly, time, it grows into a strong tree. That tree doesn't just give shade, but also countless fruits, and every fruit carries new seeds for more trees. This is exactly how compounding works in your financial life. Compounding simply means that your money earns money, and then that money also earns money. The growth is not just linear, it's exponential. At first, the progress looks slow, almost invisible. But with consistency and patience, the results become massive, beyond imagination. Think of it like this: if you invest just $1 today at a steady return, in the beginning, it will look small. $1 becomes $1.10, then $1.21, and so on. But as years pass, the growth starts accelerating like a snowball rolling down a hill, bigger and faster with every step. Albert Einstein once called compounding the 8th wonder of the world. And for a reason. He said, "Those who understand it, earn it. Those who don't, pay it." In real life, legends like Warren Buffett are living proof of compounding's power. Did you know that more than 90% of Buffett's wealth was built after the age of 60? That's because his money kept compounding year after year, multiplying silently in the background until it exploded into massive wealth. But here's the hidden truth most people miss. Compounding is not only about money. It works in every part of life. Knowledge compounds when you read and learn daily. Skills compound when you practice consistently. Habits compound when you repeat small positive actions over time. The key is to start early, stay consistent, and give it time. So, the power of compounding is not just about numbers on a chart. It's about building a life where small, smart choices create massive results over the years. And that's why this first chapter is the foundation of everything else we will learn. Because once you truly understand compounding, you'll see that wealth is not built by chasing shortcuts. It's built by trusting time, patience, and discipline. Chapter 2. Time is the secret ingredient. Welcome to Chapter 2, Time is the secret ingredient. In the last chapter, we understood the power of compounding. But here's the truth: without time, compounding is incomplete. Time is not just a factor in compounding, it is the core multiplier that decides how big the results will be. Think of baking a cake. You may have the best ingredients: flour, sugar, butter. But unless you give it enough time in the oven, you won't get the perfect cake. In the same way, compounding needs time to unlock its real magic. Let's take a simple example. Imagine 2 friends. Rahul starts investing $100 every month at the age of 20. Aman starts the same $100 investment, but at the age of 30. Both continue investing until they retire at 60. By the end, Rahul has invested only 10 years more than Aman. But because of time, Rahul's wealth becomes almost double compared to Aman's, even though the monthly amount was the same. Why? Because Rahul gave his money an extra 10 years to compound. Those extra years became the turning point. This is why time is called the silent partner of wealth. The earlier you start, the less you need to do later. But if you delay, you will have to invest much more, work harder, and still may not reach the same results. Here's the mindset shift. People often overestimate what they can do in 1 year. But they underestimate what they can achieve in 10, 20, or 30 years. Compounding teaches us patience. The first few years may feel slow and boring. You may wonder if it's even working. But give it time, and suddenly the curve takes off. the numbers grow bigger, faster, stronger, almost like magic. Warren Buffett often says, the stock market is designed to transfer money from the impatient to the patient. And patience comes only with respect for time. But here's a golden truth. Time works not just with money, but also with learning, relationships, and personal growth. If you invest your time wisely, reading daily, improving skills, taking care of health, the long-term results will be extraordinary. So, the secret is clear. Don't wait for the perfect day to start. The best time to start compounding was yesterday. The second best time is today. Chapter 3. Consistency over intensity. Welcome to Chapter 3. Consistency over intensity. By now, you already know the power of compounding and the role of time. But here's the truth most people ignore. Time alone is not enough. You need to fuel compounding with consistent action. Think about this. What's better, going to the gym for 10 hours in a single day, or exercising just 30 minutes every day for a year? Clearly, the second option. Why? Because intensity fades, but consistency builds habits, strength, and long-term results. The same principle applies to wealth creation. If you invest a large amount once and then stop, compounding loses momentum. But if you invest smaller amounts regularly, month after month, year after year, the compounding effect becomes unstoppable. It's like filling a jar with drops of water. One big splash may look impressive for a moment, but the jar will remain half empty. On the other hand, steady drops, falling every single day, will eventually overflow the jar. Here's a practical example. If you invest just $5 a day, the price of a coffee, and stay consistent for 30 years, with compounding, it can grow into thousands of dollars. Not because of intensity, but because of steady discipline. Consistency also has a hidden psychological power. It trains your brain to focus on process, not just results. When you commit to small, regular actions, you develop patience, discipline, and confidence. And these qualities are far more valuable than chasing quick wins. Remember this golden rule. Compounding doesn't reward the strongest, it rewards the most consistent. But it's not only about money. Consistency compounds in every area of life. Reading 10 pages a day may not feel like much, but in a year, you'll finish several books. Practicing one skill daily may feel slow, but in a few years, you'll become an expert. Spending a little quality time with your loved ones daily builds stronger, deeper relationships over decades. So, instead of looking for big dramatic moves, build small habits and repeat them every single day. Because at the end of the journey, it's not what you do once in a while that matters, it's what you do consistently that changes everything. Chapter 4. Money working for you. Welcome to Chapter 4. Money working for you. Most people spend their entire life working for money. They exchange hours of effort, sweat, and energy to earn their salary. But here's the turning point. True financial freedom begins only when your money starts working for you. Think of money as an employee. Every single dollar or rupee you save and invest becomes a worker. Now imagine, if you have $100 invested, you have 100 employees. Over time, those employees hire new employees, which means your money generates returns, and those returns generate even more returns. And the best part? These employees never sleep, never take holidays, and they work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is why rich people get richer. Not because they always work harder, but because they make their money work smarter. Let's take an example. Suppose you put $1,000 in an investment that grows 10% every year. In the first year, it grows by $100. That $100 is your new employee. Next year, you don't just earn on $1,000, you also earn on $1,100. Slowly, the growth curve rises. And by the time you reach 20 or 30 years, your original $1,000 has multiplied many times, all because your money worked silently for you. But here's the mistake most people make. They let money flow out instead of making it work. Overspending, unnecessary loans, and chasing instant pleasures keep people trapped in the cycle of working harder and harder for money. To break free, you need to adopt this mindset. Every dollar saved is a new employee. Every investment is a business you own. And every bit of patience you show allows your money to multiply. This is also why financial literacy is so important. If you don't learn to manage money, you'll always be a servant of money. But if you master it, money becomes your lifelong servant. And let's not forget, money working for you is not limited to investments. Even knowledge and skills can work for you. Write a book, build a system, create something once, and it will continue paying you back for years. That's called passive income, the ultimate way to let money and ideas do the work, while you enjoy freedom. So, the lesson is simple but powerful. Stop living only as a worker for money. Start thinking like an owner. Make every dollar you earn go out into the world, work for you, and bring back more dollars. That is the essence of true wealth. Chapter 5. Patience pays the highest interest. Welcome to Chapter 5. Patience pays the highest interest. If compounding is a magic formula, then patience is the key that unlocks it. Without patience, compounding cannot work. In our fast-paced world, everyone wants quick results, quick money, quick success, quick rewards. But compounding doesn't work like that. It's like planting a tree. You cannot pull the branches every day and expect it to grow faster. You simply water it, protect it, and wait. And one day, it grows into a giant tree that gives you fruits, shade, and endless seeds. The truth is simple. Compounding rewards the patient and punishes the impatient. Let's look at an example. Suppose you invest $10,000 at 10% growth per year. After 5 years, it becomes $16,000. After 10 years, it grows to $26,000. After 20 years, it reaches $67,000. And after 30 years, it explodes into nearly $175,000. Notice the difference. The biggest growth happens later, not in the beginning. That's why most people give up too early. They expect instant results and quit before compounding can reveal its true magic. Warren Buffett once said, "The stock market is a device to transfer money from the impatient to the patient." Chapter 6. Real-Life Compounding Heroes. Welcome to Chapter 6, Real-Life Compounding Heroes. We have already learned about the principles of compounding, the role of time, consistency, and patience. But the question is, does it really work in real life? The answer is yes, and history is full of living examples. Let's meet some of the greatest heroes of compounding. The first name that comes to mind is Warren Buffett, often called the Oracle of Omaha. Today, he is one of the richest men on earth, with a net worth of over $100 billion. But here's the surprising fact: more than 90% of his wealth was created after his 60th birthday. Why? Because he started early, invested consistently, and allowed compounding to grow silently in the background. His success is not about one lucky stock, but about decades of discipline, patience, and the magic of compounding. Another inspiring story is of Charlie Munger, Buffett's lifelong partner. Munger often said, "The big money is not in the buying or selling, but in the waiting." He became a billionaire not because he chased quick profits, but because he believed in long-term patience and compounding. Let's look beyond America. In India, we have examples like Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, who started with just a few thousand rupees and turned it into billions. His wealth wasn't built in a day. It was the power of patience, conviction, and letting compounding work over decades. But compounding heroes are not limited to investors. Think about scientists, writers, and creators. Isaac Newton once said he made his discoveries by standing on the shoulders of giants, meaning knowledge compounded over centuries. Authors who write consistently end up with dozens of books, each one building on the other. Musicians and athletes who practice daily for years turn into legends. The truth is, heroes of compounding are all around us. They may not always be billionaires, but they are people who understood that small, smart, consistent actions, multiplied by time and patience, create extraordinary results. And here's the best part: you don't need to be a genius to be a compounding hero. Buffett himself admits he is not the smartest man, but he had one advantage: he started early, stayed consistent, and remained patient. That is something anyone can do. So, what's stopping you from becoming the next compounding hero of your own life? Chapter 7. Your Path to Financial Freedom. Welcome to Chapter 7, Your Path to Financial Freedom. After understanding the principles of compounding, the importance of time, consistency, patience, and the stories of real-life compounding heroes, the final question remains: how can you apply this wisdom in your own life? The journey to financial freedom begins with a decision. The decision to take control of your money instead of letting money control you. And compounding is the strongest tool you have for that. Here are the key steps. 1. Start early. Even small is enough. Don't wait for a big amount to invest. Even a few dollars or rupees saved regularly can grow into something life-changing. The earlier you begin, the more time you give your money to compound. 2. Stay consistent, build the habit. Make saving and investing automatic. Treat it like brushing your teeth, something you do daily without excuse. Because consistency builds wealth. 3. Be patient, trust the process. Don't get distracted by short-term ups and downs. Remember, wealth is not built overnight. It is built quietly, slowly, and then suddenly all at once. 4. Reinvest, don't break the chain. The real magic of compounding happens when you reinvest your gains. Every time you let your earnings create new earnings, you multiply your future. 5. Educate yourself. Become financially wise. Compounding works best when combined with knowledge. Learn about money, investments, and opportunities. The more you know, the smarter your decisions will be. And finally, have a vision. Compounding is not just about money. It's about creating freedom. Freedom to spend time with your family, to pursue your passions, to live life on your own terms without fear of financial pressure. Remember, financial freedom is not a dream for the lucky few. It is a result of discipline, patience, and the choices you make every single day. This was Finance Audiobook Summary, your partner in learning and growing towards financial success. If you found value in this summary, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And do leave a comment telling us which chapter inspired you the most.